Okay, that looks good.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Douglas from the great state of Texas. How are y'all doing this evening? So we figured let's do some cooking. So I'm single, 61, 62 now, single. And since PAD has, I've been dealing with about 4 years now, about 4 years, a little over 4 years. And learning how to cook and eat better has been a very big deal for me. Because, I mean, we work, we go, and it's so easy to get hamburgers or pizza or whatever, and it's not good for us. So I've learned how to cook with my Instapot, and I wanted to share some of this with you. So, and it's turned out really good. It's different than I thought it would be, and I'm eating things now that I would have never eaten before, and it's really good. But it's good, healthy things that I need to be eating today. So I thought I'd share this with you. So I've been going all day long. It is what, 5 o'clock here in the state of Texas. And it would be easy right now after doing everything I've been doing today. I'm retired, but outside working and doing my stuff to just go get a hamburger or a pizza or go to Waffle House here or do something. But it's much better to cook heart healthy. And I have found out with my Instapot, I can do this. And in 1 hour, I can be eating a really healthy meal. I can put it in my Instapot, hit a button, and before I know it, I just sit, watch TV or pick up or I do my thing and then come back and let it sit for about 30 minutes and I'm eating. But it's heart healthy for me. So let me turn my video around and we're going to show you. So I have my Instapot. Just a normal, regular, mine's the Star Wars Instapot. But I have all my ingredients ready. So we start out, and I like chicken. So we start out with chicken. Just regular old chicken. I'm going to put it in my Instapot. Like that. And from there, you can just, it'll depend. But I love my carrots. So I'm going to add my carrot. And they're all frozen. They're all frozen. They're good. They're not from a can. So they're good for me. I love my green beans, so we're going to add some green beans. Green beans. And I have a package of stir fry, which got a lot of different things. It's got like broccoli, cebolla, panota, taponis. I can't pronounce half this stuff, but I like this stuff. And I never ate it before, but it's turned out really good. And it's really good for you. So we'll put all that in there. See how that? And the thing about this is you can add what you want. Put in there what you want. Mushrooms, whatever you decide that you like, you can add to this Instapot and go from there. And now let's talk about some seasoning. So that's ready. That's just how easy that is. Bam, there you go. In an instant, I got a meal cooked, ready to cook. I like my seasoning. So I don't know how many of you heard Tony's Chachere's. It's a Louisiana seasoning. Now, I'm kind of like some others. I don't use a measuring cup a lot, but you figure out after a while using my Instapot the last couple months, I know what I like and I know basically I know how much to add. I'm gonna add some garlic and herb. I like my ground cinnamon is good for you, so I put a little bit of that in there. And I like lemon pepper. So I'm gonna add some lemon pepper in there. And like I say, you just add what you want. Kind of you learn. I have learned over the last couple months what to add in here that I like. I don't add too much, too less. So I'll add that. And Kim is here with us. We're going to use some xanthium gum. And I'm learning how to use this now. So, and it's so much easier now. I have to admit, when I started doing this, let me show you. I was using like this cream of celery, and it's really not good for me at all. It's just not good. Now, I can buy this this is like 89 cents HEB. But the xanthan gum is just a little bit more, but it is so much more healthier for me. So she's been teaching me how to use this xanthan gum. Now I have my I have a NutriBullet that I do my uh that I do all my shakes with, my healthy shakes. So with Kim here, he's going to show me, and she'll help us learn how to use this xanthan gum, how much to add, how much not to add. Right,
Okay,
Kim?
yes, the great thing with the xanthan gum is it's a thickener, and you can use arrowroot or you can use xanthan gum, and it actually saves you don't have as many calories, and it's just so much simpler to use. And for people who have the MTHFR mutation, this is a godsend, honestly. So what you're going to do is you can use any sort of liquid. I usually use, you can see there, Douglas, you have the almond
Yep.
milk, organic, unsweetened vanilla, which is great. And what you're
And
going
it's
to do is
really
you're going to
good.
pour that into your NutriBullet, and you're just going to start with just a pinch of the xanthan gum. Less is more. Then blend it and see how thick it gets. If it doesn't get very thick, add another pinch more. Blend it a little bit more, and you can do that to the texture that you want. And what I love about this is it makes a really creamy soup. I even add fresh garlic into that entire mixture, and I blend it up. I add herbs, I add spices, I add oregano, basil, whatever I have. And as Douglas says, he loves his lemon pepper, so you can add that in there. You can even add some spinach in there and grind it on up, blend it on up right in there, and it'll make the sauce even healthier with the greens. But go
So
ahead and actually start blending it.
there's no real set guideline to start with. I can adjust it as I go along depending on what I like.
Exactly. And you, for flavoring, you just add the flavoring that you like. Everyone has their own tastes. What I absolutely love doing, and my dad loves, is we add red pepper chili flakes. And that adds a little spice to it. And we don't need any salt when we add those red pepper chili flakes. Little cayenne pepper adds a little bit of heat, but also a lot of flavor.
All right.
But the key is it's got to be the texture that you like. So if I'm doing a healthier clam chowder, for example, I use this same method. And then I actually, instead of using clams, you can use some clams if you want, but healthier is I get shiitake mushrooms and I put them in a Cuisinart and I chop them all up and I pour it in there, and those become more of a vegan clam. And then instead of using regular cream, I use the organic almond milk or cashew milk and a little bit of xanthan gum, garlic, and whatever else, and I pour it in, and it makes a nice creamy broth. And that
See,
looks like it's a perfect thickness.
yeah, and I like this almond milk. So I don't like I don't think I prefer it to be a little not as thick, if that makes sense. So we're going to pour that into our Instapot. Like that. Got my spoon, mix it up a little bit. Like I say, this is just when I started doing this, it turned out to be so easy for me. And I guess let me turn this back around. Let me share this. I am retired, so I live on a budget, and I have some. I live on a budget. I have about $250 a month to live on to eat with, and we all know the price of eating out now and that, but this is just, and it's so much healthier for me in my legs, keeping my legs attached to my body, but it's turned out to be so much healthier for me. And I've been having fun with it. I've been putting zucchini in there. Don't have any right now, but I like my zucchini now. I like my broccoli, garlic. I like the things that, trying different things, different vegetables in there. And it's just been so much easier. I'm going to add a little more Tony's. And I got this from one of our ladies in the group. It's called Wright's Liquid Soap. Wright's Liquid hickory. Let me show you the bottle. Can you see that? It is so good. I'm going to put a drop. I learned that it doesn't take much and gives it kind of like, I like that Texas taste, that barbecue taste. And it does. And it doesn't take a lot to put in there. So we're going to mix that up a little more with all that in there. And that xanthium gum. So we tried the xanthium gum. Now this is, I wanted to show y'all, this is what I used to use a lot of chicken broth. This is 34% less sodium. So I kind of switch it up every now and then between the xanthium gum, and I'm learning to use that now. So, and I've realized that I tried it once and it was real thick, and I didn't like it that thick. So I don't like it that thick. So I make sure, and it just comes and goes. But it is tastier than that chicken broth. Actually, I think it is. But you know, different taste for different people. So you can try those different things, and it comes and goes. So the main thing is like your seasoning. Adjust it. I don't use the same seasoning every time. I can change it up because it's so easy to change up. And it's just that easy. I have a whole cabinet here. You turn back around, show y'all. I have a whole cabinet of seasoning that I can just change it up with and adjust it to what I may like this more one day or that more than the next day. But it gives me an opportunity to not always have the same thing, but to be different. So some days I use carrots, some days I don't. Some use beans, green beans, some days I don't. So I change it up, but I use all frozen packages. It is different than the cans, and it's so much healthier for us. And a little bit cheaper in the cans, but it's not as healthy, and I like it. So there we go. And like I say, the almond milk is good. I like almond milk. I never thought I would, but I do. So, like I say, there's 2 pieces of chicken. There's green beans, carrots. If you go to the store, the stir fry packages, man, there's 100 different kind of stir fry packages you can buy with all kinds of stir fry vegetables in it. I mean, it just changes. And what's so cool about that is that it's trying different things, which is really great. So there we go. And there's the pot. It's full. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Okay. But that's what I do with my Instapot. Like I said, I live alone. I do live on a budget, but I have to understand that I need to eat healthy. So I've been trying all this stuff. Now, the easiest part about this is I put a lid on it. That's what we're fixing to do. On this one, it's already set for me. I have it set. I'm going to put this at 35 minutes. And believe it or not, I'm done. That's all I do. "35 minutes to cook." I can usually get 2 meals out of that, depending on how hungry I am. But this Instapot makes it quite a bit. So generally speaking, it just depends. Let me show you my cup I use. It just depends on how hungry I am, but I can usually get two and a half meals. So this is the pot. This is what I make. This is like a small cereal bowl. And the thing about it is it fills me up quicker. Turn this around. It actually fills me up quicker than I thought it would. So out of this Instapot, I can have at least 2 to 3 meals out of that. So say tomorrow, it's Saturday, I got the show, got a ball game to go to. I can heat this up real quick in the microwave, and it's just as good. So I don't have to worry about cooking then. And then on Sundays, I always make an Instapot, and I'm trying different things. So Sundays I do one, and I can get through Tuesday evening with this one Instapot, trying different things. So it's turned out really easy, but it's easy to do, and it is delicious. And the thing about it is experiment. I have learned to experiment with this, so it varies. And like I say, I'm trying different foods now. Squash, I would have never eaten squash before. Zucchini, I love zucchini now. I can put that in there. So everything I can put in there is really healthy for me. And I can go to H-E-B, even Walmart, and buy all frozen, like vegetables and food. And I like my chicken. I tried meat in it one time, a lean meat. I prefer chicken, so I usually do it with my chicken. But it's really good. So the asparagus is pretty good. Now, there's been occasions that I'll eat the asparagus on the side after I cook the Instapot. Does that make sense? So I'll make my Instapot and I'll just take the asparagus and put it on my plate next to it and eat the asparagus on the side. I like green beans. Those are cut green beans, the long green beans. Yeah, see, I can use my skillet, and I've tried this asparagus on the skillet. While this cooked, I right before it got through, I kept track of it, and I did the asparagus in the skillet with some olive oil, and it was pretty good. So there are so many the variations that I'm learning now to use with my Instapot. I don't think there's necessarily a limit there really that you can do. People have try this, put this in there, try that in there, try that in there, and it's a good opportunity to stay out of McDonald's, out of the restaurants, and eat healthy. Yes, frozen. Now, like I say, I was using until I met Kim and them. I was using this cream of mushroom stuff, and it's not really good for you. Now it's cheaper. And I was using that in the beginning, but it's not as good as the xanthium gum. And now that I'm using the xanthium gum, is really good. Here's another one: green beans in a can. Now, this has a lot of preservatives in it. We know that, but I can buy like the frozen green beans here. Right here's the frozen green beans, and they're good for me. So I'm learning as I go, also in changing and learning different things. What's that, Robert? Well, I think that will depend on where you are, I believe. I'm not I'm not overweight. I've been this same weight for, I don't know, since I was a kid. So, and I'm trying to find that mixture between carbohydrates, and that kind of stuff. So, okay. So there we are. What do y'all think? Buy you an Instapot, give it a shot. It's easy. Like I say, it'll warm up, and then 30 minutes from now, it'll be done cooking. I let it sit for 15 minutes, and I have a meal. I have a heart healthy, good for me meal. How about that? What do y'all think? Sound good? Yes, Robert, get you an Instapot. They're amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it since I got it. All right. So y'all give it a try. I appreciate you joining me. Now we're going to do this every Friday. It's going to change. It's going to vary. Kim's going to help us get it through it all. And we're going to try different things. We're going to have different people on with different meals so we can all learn to work together and eat properly. Eat all the stuff that we're supposed to eat.
We love it, Douglas. That looks really, really good. Are you going to share a picture with us later? Maybe we can put it in comments of the finished product.
Yes, I will. I'm looking
Fantastic.
forward to it. I'm hungry.
Me too, just looking at it. Thank you so much, Douglas. We really appreciate you.